Search continues for missing St. Catherine taxi operator. The search for missing taxi operator Rushing Wilkins resumed yesterday morning in Sligoville, St. Catherine. Head of the St. Catherine North Police Superintendent Hopton Nicholson told reporters that the search involves the K9 unit, members of the transport sector and citizens. He said they are searching the general area where Wilkins' burnt-out car was found on Saturday. Superintendent Nicholson said the search will be expanded where necessary. Police report that Wilkins, who is 30 years old, went missing on Friday. In the meantime, anyone who may have information about Mr. Wilkins' location is being urged to contact the police at 876-984-2305, 119 Police Emergency Number or the nearest police station. Lawmen said Wilkins, who is from Redloss District, Linston in St. Catherine, is of brown complexion, medium build, and about 5 feet 3 inches tall. Reports from the Linstead Police are that Barrett was last seen at Rose Hall, Linstead about 9:20 p.m. He has not been heard from since. Man charged for stabbing cellmate at Halfway Tree lockup. The police on Tuesday charged a man for the stabbing of a cellmate at the lockup at the Halfway Tree police station in St. Andrew. He is 36-year-old Kurt Douglas, a welder of Roden Crescent, Kingston 5, who has been charged with only with intent. His court date is being finalized. The police say the incident happened on Wednesday, December 13, 2023. Reports are that about 10:45 a.m., an argument developed between Douglas and one of his cellmates. A tussle ensued, and Douglas reportedly used a makeshift knife to stab his cellmate several times. The injured man was taken to hospital where he was treated. Douglas was charged on Tuesday, April 30. PNP says late councillor Ron Bryan was committed to the welfare of his constituents. The opposition People's National Party says the late councillor Ron Bryan was committed to the welfare of his constituents. Councillor Bryan passed away at the Princess Margaret Hospital about 2 a.m. He was reported battling a heart condition. Mr. Bryan was a councillor from the Morant Bay Division in the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation. Reacting to his death, spokesperson Information Nikisha Burrell said the party is saddened to learn of his passing.
He has served with dedication in the Morant Bay Division, and he was a committed representative of the People's National Party. His untimely death really and truly is a significant loss to our community and to our nation. Comrade Washi was truly committed to the welfare of his constituents. He was a deputy mayor in the last administration, and he worked tirelessly to make a difference in the lives of those he served, and his contributions will be remembered for years to come. During this difficult time, we're sending our prayers and our thoughts to his family, to his friends, to his constituents in St. Thomas, and to the wider Jamaica, and to everyone who has met Comrade Washi. May his soul rest in peace.
Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark says it would be premature to announce definitive budget adjustments prior to collection of outstanding taxes. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark has emphasized that it would be premature to make an announcement on any definitive adjustment to the budget prior to Tax Administration Jamaica TAJ collection of outstanding taxes. He was responding to concerns raised by opposition counterpart Gillian Robinson, who called on Dr. Clark to provide more details on the implications of the budget shortfall. This is in the wake of a statement made from the Finance Ministry explaining that there is a shortfall in revenue for the current fiscal year. The statement outlined an underperformance of March 2024, with revenues from the past fiscal year being less than budgeted for by over $20 billion. It said the main contributor to the shortfall was corporate income tax, as several entities that filed did not make tax payment within the required time. As such, the government will be pursuing payment. It said the underperformance in revenue has implications for program revenue estimates for the current fiscal year, so the government is assessing options to ensure prudent fiscal operations and attain legislated targets. In reacting to the statement, Mr. Robinson called on the minister to state the programs which will be impacted negatively by the shortfall. Mr. Robinson also called for the minister to be open and transparent on the issue.
The opposition People's National Party is calling on the Minister of Finance to fully disclose the implications of the revenue shortfalls on the budget for the current fiscal year. The Minister needs to tell the country which programs will be negatively impacted by this revenue shortfall and whether the $25 billion of givebacks which were announced in March are sustainable. Further, the Minister must explain whether the achievement of key fiscal targets in the current fiscal year will be compromised. Our call comes against the background of the fact that the Minister has not provided any information on the $25 billion which will come from the securitization of receivables which was announced during the budget debate. To date, no information is known as to which receivables are being securitized, the rate at which these receivables have been discounted, and who we have entered into this agreement with. The opposition is concerned that the shortfall will have a negative impact on many programs that the government intends to execute during this fiscal year. And it is important for the government to shift to growth-inducing strategies so that we can improve the growth rate in our economy and generate revenues to sustain the programs that we need.
Clark responded by stressing that the statement issued was the government being transparent on the matter. Dr. Clark reiterated that the TAG will be following up with the entities that did not make tax payment on time. He also again pointed out that the government has options.
Our first objective with respect to the March revenue shortfall is transparency, and hence my 3-page statement yesterday that promptly disclosed the full details of this March revenue shortfall. However, let's recall that despite this fall off in revenues in March 2024, the government of Jamaica was still able to achieve a fiscal surplus for the 2023-2024 fiscal year of $1 billion. And our downward debt trajectory is firmly anchored. Despite the March 2024 revenue shortfall, the government of Jamaica is committed to the policy priorities outlined in the 2024-2025 budget. And the government of Jamaica is also committed to our legislated fiscal targets. As disclosed in my release yesterday, Tax Administration Jamaica indicated that there were significant instances of tax filings made by entities in March, but without payment within the required period of time. Tax Administration Jamaica will therefore be following up. Until that happens, it would be premature to announce with certainty any definitive adjustments. Suffice to say that the government of Jamaica has options. There are revenue possibilities and expenditure adjustment opportunities that have not yet been factored in. We will observe revenue and expenditure outcomes in the first few months of the year, while Tax Administration Jamaica conducts inquiries, do their due diligence and enforcement as required prior to the government concluding on any adjustment. At this time, we are fulfilling the duty of transparency by making these data available to the public.
St. Catherine South Police concerned about access to gated communities in Portmore. Head of the St. Catherine South Police Division, Senior Superintendent Christopher Phillips, has raised concerns about the police encountering issues with access to some gated communities in Portmore. Speaking at a town hall in Portmore last night, Phillips emphasized that the police have a duty to conduct its investigations and that access to communities is an important part of the process. I want to advise community leaders in these communities that this must not happen, stated Phillips. Highlighting a recent incident in the Phoenix Park Village housing development, he stressed that gated communities are not necessarily safe from security challenges. That's why he's calling for cooperation. We have been enjoying a good relationship with some of these communities, and we hope this can continue. Despite the challenges, Phillips indicated that there has been a decline in violent crimes in Portmore, noting the recovery of 30 illegal firearms since the start of the year compared to 2 seized during the corresponding period last year. He emphasized the need for continued collaboration between law enforcement and communities to maintain safety. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.